Good evening and salutation, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. Is Mariah and Tess needed on The Young and the Restless Part 2? They have done the Mariah fans so dirty this year. It's not even funny. Their stuff happened off screen. We're barely seeing them every now and then. I mean, let's be honest. What the hell are they even doing on the show at this point? I generally want to know that answer. I want to know from everyone else, do you think that they're needed on the show? I mean, seriously. It's one of those things where it's like, you'd just be a lot better putting them, out of their misery. I want to know from everyone in the chat. What's good, Gemini? Thank you for joining. How you doing tonight? How have you been? Yeah, it was something else. Kyrie says, you know my answer to that question. Yes, I do. How you doing tonight, my friend? Reading some of this stuff. Sean's in the chat. What's good, Shauna? Queen of the South. How you doing tonight? It is always great to see you. My. It's always a pleasure and a treat. Freddie is in the chat. How you doing tonight, Freddie? Tuesday night. About to sit there and start cooking. So, heads up. After this bottle gets a little down there, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be going in on some characters. And the more I drink, the more I'm gonna go in on these characters. So I start to sit there and say my cup's gonna be half full. Whoever's gonna be sensitive at this point. Yeah. Monique is in the chat. What's good, Monique? Freddie's in the chat. Darby's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Darby? I said Shauna's in the chat. What's good, Shauna? Renee Thompson is Thompson's in the chat. What's good, Renee? Queen yourself and doing well. Thank you for asking. Of course. I got to sit there and ask about the Queen. Curry says Victor is an old and sensitive. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. And Shauna says Portia and Marshall were annoying. They were unnecessary. They were worse than annoying. They were unnecessary. Gemini says I keep saying Middle America. Bible C state does not want to see certain things. Yeah. Exactly. But here's the thing, Gemini. It's about a check mark for them. Let's just be honest. It's about a check mark for them. So CBS could sit there and say we're supporting of the LGBT community. Yeah, my ass. Freddie says Scott Bourne. Yeah, but here's the thing though. They should have looped him in. If they would have told him about it, he wouldn't have did it. Renee says I can't with Michael. Yeah, I mean it's gotten to a point. It's just beyond stupid. Monique says why would Michael tell Willow that he's responsible? Yeah, stupid plot. That's exactly. You saw how horrified she looked. Shauna says Victor needs to go ASAP. Scotty just killed everyone. Yeah, I mean, he's willing to kill his own son. Gemini says pay attention to some of the laws that are changing in states that are changing them. Yeah. Well, it's Harry says, how dare he tried to bribe Sarah away from her own baby. He knows he was an orphan, yet he wanted his grandchild to be motherless, just deplorable and selfish. I'm going to sit there and say this now. I'm going to sit there and say this when more people get in. And I know some people are not going to like this. And I'm going to sit there and go back and answer the rest of these questions on on my video. But I'm going to sit there and say this right now. I was very satisfied. Does anyone in this chat know why I was very satisfied today? And yes, I am being a dick about it. Freddie says Willow saw Michael's true colors just to have her faint again. Valerie's in the chat. Valerie says tomorrow GH looks good. Hey Albert. What's good? Yeah. I was very satisfied today. Gemini said Willow passing out was especially because she was begging Sonny to be there for Michael. Damn right. My girl Jess, you're damn right. Harry said, yeah, that Spencer finally got his. Oh, God, it was overdue. Oof. Renee says, I can't believe Willow was so shocked about what Michael was planning. She had no idea how dirty Michael can really get. He's no Chase. You know me well, Jess and Kyrie's. You know me well. Now, Jess said, don't let Sabrina. Oh, don't let them hear it? Oh, I'll make sure I make another post about it. Oh, Jess. Jess, you know who I am. Joshua's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Joshua? Oh, and sir, Mel is in the chat. What's good, Mel? Shana says the preview for tomorrow. Ava tells Nina, Carly better not find out. I mean, my whole thing is like, I'm not that upset about it. I'm not that upset about it. It's like Carly did sit there and say that she did this to herself. Mel says I heard that Gabby and whoa. Whoa. Are you serious, Mel? Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that. Gemini says Victor did the same thing to check. Oh wow, okay, so that dude's just really making those same moves. Yeah, Jess, you know exactly who I am. And if they don't know, they're gonna find out. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you. Yes, hit that like button. I don't know where we are yet, but hit that like button now. It really does help. I'm glad to hear that, Joshua. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Larry says Josh need that ass beat next today. I wanted someone to put that. Here's the thing, guys. When Christina finds out, I hope Christina goes to town on Jocelyn's little ass. Oh, it's going to be so satisfying. It's going to be satisfying. Because here's the thing. I said in my reviews, like, Jocelyn can actually hold her own. As much as I don't like Jocelyn, that chick can hold her own. All right, but we didn't get to sit there and see Christina's hands. I'm just saying. Freddie says besides Willow is the what person? Melissa answers Gabby. Oh wow. All right, I'm gonna look into that, Mel. Thank you, Mel, my rock star. Give me the tip. Um, Gemini says I was like Josh. I was like Josh. So Sonny goes to jail, but Carly should be free. Yeah. Just said hopefully Michael doesn't turn Sonny in. I'm over it. Just you and well, most of the people in the chat. if not everyone. Jonah says just because Carly did that after Drew and Michael told her no, that has nothing to do with Nutty Butter. ZK's in the chat. What's good, ZK? Joshua says I knew that Nate Victoria would hit the sack. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, yeah. Freddie says Kuma Bay person, meaning Willow is peaceful person, not for revenge. Oh, okay. Thank you, Freddie. De Haviland's in the chat. What's good, De Haviland? Gloria's in the chat. What's good, Gloria? And I'm pretty sure I said what's up to you, ZK, but if I didn't, what's up, ZK? Oh, okay, I did. Of course you did, Mel, as I knew you would. I'm looking forward towards that GT Hellstrom. Why can't you just have a simpler name? I guess it's not that bad, but still, I'm looking forward to him. I don't know why. I feel like this show kind of like needs like that rugged kind of badassery. He just seems like he's that dude. Davlin said I heard that Michael changed his mind about Sonny. Well, I hope he does. I mean, he had his damn wife pass out. And Joshua, and of course, I already know. Joshua says to answer your question, you already know my position. I'm team try if only they should be on there more than one episode. Yeah, but but that's the thing, though, Joshua. They deserve more than just one episode and half of the story happening off screen. I mean, come on. I feel like at that point it's like, damn, just put them out their misery at this point. If you're just gonna keep doing that. Uh, Grams TV's in the chat. Was good, Grams TV? Terry says Sonny better not let Michael get away from this. Michael needs a trip to the wood shack. Double C's in the chat. Solomon is in the chat. What's good? Gemini says JT is the only man that has Victoria shook because Victor doesn't intimidate him at all. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That's always like, yo, listen, you got to get this guy back. I sit there and I look at Elena and I'm like, everyone's like, oh, Elena deserves better, this, that, and the third. I guess people forgot that Elena cheated on Devon, right? While we're doing this whole hashtag, stay strong Elena. I'm like, Elena literally cheated on Devon not that long ago. Elena deserves better. Well, Devon deserved better, so I guess that's karma right there. Queen Nakisha's in the chat. Queen Nakisha, good evening, everyone. Did you hear about the writer's strike? Do you think Jay will have to show repeats? They probably will for a little bit. They will. For a little bit, they will. They will, because once again, I don't know. I don't know. God damn it. I'm very split about that. Now, Mouse says I love Jay having a conversation with Elena about, yeah. Just says they finally brought Marshall out. Hopefully, Tagger's next. Well, Jess, what tagger are they going to get? What tagger do you think they're going to get? You think they're going to get the OG tagger or the Dollar Tree version? Grams TV said, "Did you hear that Gabby is?" Yeah, Mel was actually telling us. Melanie was telling us that. I don't know. CK says Victor is so cold to kill his own son. Well, yeah, but here's the thing though. That literally shows you just how little F's he actually gives. Perry says, yeah, they want to act like children, treated them like children, get a switch and beat them. Makai's in the chat. What's good, Makai? Dolly's in the chat. What's good, Dolly? Keisha, you said you're split about how do you feel about the strike? It's one of those things where it's like I feel like people do deserve a good salary. You know, they work hard. They're under a lot of pressure. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what it's like to be a writer. Okay? It's unfortunate. I don't know the whole backstory if they couldn't come to an agreement or whatever, but it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't do anyone any good. Because yeah, we're missing out on a lot of TV shows. They're missing out on money, you know? Like I don't know what is it that they expect based on that they're being paid. You know? I don't know what their salary is like. But sometimes with some of these strikes, like I don't want to sit there and say, so, you know what, never mind. There's a certain company that did have a little. Well, there was a certain part of the company that did a strike, and unfortunately, I can't really say anything because hopefully that they will spot me one day, and I don't know. Sometimes I'm sitting there wondering if their expectations is a little bit unrealistic, you know. So it's like I'm kind of 50-50 on it. It's like what is it that you actually are expecting to get, you know? The amazing Janet is in the chat. What's good, Janet? I hope they said it quickly. Yeah. Gemini says the strike is needed because Cali is more expensive to live than and why you pay these celebrities so pay the writers. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. But that's actually what I was going to say. I'm very split on it because yeah, they deserve to sit there and get a fair, fair pay and stuff like that. Like you said, the point of the strike is for the no. No. I know. I wish every American had ability to strike. No, I get that. I I guess for me, in the case, I always, whenever it comes to us, a lot of different in life, I always sit there and try to look at it from two different perspectives. I'm glad to hear that, Janet. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. Thank you for joining. Billy says I feel bad for the writers. On the one hand, I love the convenience of streaming, but they really are messing out residuals. He said most of these writers can't afford rent. Yeah, no, I get that, and so, you know what? Also, another reason why I'm not really too sure how to go about it because I don't know fully what it's about. I mean, I think Dolly was just saying something about streaming services. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Jay Blue's in the chat. What's good, Jay Blue? Jay Blue says, as creative individual fair pay is important. Netflix and their producers are making a lot of money. Yeah, I don't really, unfortunately, it's one of those things. It's like I don't know the full. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the full story. So it's very hard for me to sit there and side with one over the other. You know, that's why I say I'm like very 50-50 about it because I don't know the whole story. You know, but yeah, just got to sit there and wait and see how it plays out. Cat lady's in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Cat lady. Carrie's just keeping it at 150. He needs to break both of Michael's legs and arms. Well, I'm pretty sure if it was another what you call it, then yeah. Um, if another rival family, then yeah. Tamara's in the chat. What's good, Tamara? And we have a new person, Corey. How will the writer strike affect the soaps? We'll have a bunch of repeats. And what's good, Corey? I hope I'm actually saying your name right. See, this is why I this is why I was sit there and say hit the like button because we got a new person. So let's everyone welcome Corey into this chat. Let's everyone welcome Corey into the chat. Um, Jay Blue says it's like people who work for Disney can barely pay their bills, but the higher ups get pay increases and they raise their prices at the parks. Yeah. Like said, writers aren't getting paid enough. Corporations are making more money than ever. Hmm. And Gemini says the producers, networks, and celebrities make money, so the writers, camera guys, set designers, backstage people need to get paid also. They have lives and also eat. Yeah, that's very true. That's 100% true. Trust me, I am not disagreeing with anyone in the chat when it comes towards that. So I don't want anyone to sit there and think I'm disagreeing about that because I agree. Um, Freddie says it's so twisted. Michael calling Willow Miss Corinthos, but you're gonna have an ugly attitude in that picture. Yeah, I'm not. It's so. It's like, yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Freddie. This is exactly why we're all over it. And you know it's funny. Even you know it's funny, Freddie. Even Ned said the same thing. Ned said the exact same thing. You hate Sonny, but yet you still have his last name. You hate him, but yet you don't mind the power that comes with being a Corinthos. Dolly says before streaming, actors and writers will get paid every time their show aired. Now streaming services high clicks and views. So they oh, oh, that's bad. That's bad. Ooh, see that. See, that's exactly what I was saying. The same. Like I didn't know. Um, I didn't exactly know all the details and stuff. That's exactly why I said I was like very 50-50 because I was like, oh, Carrier says GH wants to save read several episodes for free. I bet you Josh and Michael will get scared straight one side. Kyrie, I would love for you to be sitting there writing for this show. Ariana's in the chat. What's good, Ariana? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, I didn't actually even put any hot sauce in. Okay, let's put some hot sauce in this. I practically emptied a bottle. I gotta say, this actually lasts me for a while though. Gemini says once the streaming services pay the actors, comedians up front, they'll keep everything else. Hmm. Yeah, I wasn't I wasn't really privy on the details and stuff like that. So I'm learning from everyone else here. Janice says Sally won't take Victor's offer. No, she won't. She won't take Victor's offer. Cherise in the chat, Cherise says Michael been in jail, bro. Janice says Nate and Victoria should be good with Elena. I mean, to be honest, right? Again, Janet, I look at that and people are just like, "Oh, poor Elena. She's, she don't deserve this." I'm like, I guess people just gonna sit there and act like she didn't cheat on Devon to be with Nate, right? Like I love the people that have been watching the show for a while and just like, oh, poor Elena. I was like, I mean, the same Elena that actually cheated on Nate. I mean, cheated on Devon to be with Nate. Shauna says I'm gonna see Nina Squire and Carly will think back and Sonny too. Ariana says I have no case today, so it was a day off. I did nothing and it was great. No, I'm happy you had. I'm actually had. I'm happy you actually had a great day. I'm happy you had a great day. You deserve it. You definitely deserve it. So, Solomon says my cousin said he wants Eddie Winslow to play Malcolm Winters again on YNR, since she more can't play him that often. You know, I'm wondering what he's actually doing. Now, Cherie says my birthday is tomorrow. Yes, happy early birthday. I'm gonna sit there and say tomorrow anyway, but still, Black Mind's in the chat. What's good, Black Mind? Nikisha said Elena and Devon cheated after Nate and Elena got together. Elena and Devon cheated after Nate and Elena got together. I'm not following. Elena and Devon cheated after Nate and Elena got together. What? Elena says thank you. I hope you had it. Oh, I had it. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Thank you for asking. It was so tough waking up. Hell day is no joke. Hell day is no joke for just so many different reasons. But thank you. Thank you, Ariana. Scott must have called the WSB when he heard the private. Yeah, he did. And that's because those jackasses in the room didn't sit there and tell him about that. If they would have looped him in, that wouldn't have happened. Black man says I'm good. I'm doing good, Black man. I survived Hell Day. So I'm doing pretty damn good. Gemini says, Albert, people feel bad for Lynn because if Nate was Victoria's man and cheated, she would run to Victor to ruin everything. Gemini says Elena should remember her comment and Nate was never any good for her. He did his family filthy. What? Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, though. You're 100% right, Graham Stevie. Gemini say yes. After Nate and Elena got together, she and Devon had a fling again. After Nate and she had a fling, and I'm. Like said, after Elena cheated on Devon with Nate, Elena cheated on Nate with Devon. Oh, oh, oh. hmm. I want to just read this out again. 'Cause I want to enjoy this. I want to enjoy this sentence. Nikki said after Elena cheated on Devon with Nate, Elena cheated on Nate with Devon. Then Nate and Elena got together. Oh, you don't say. Wow. That's interesting. Ooh. I may have to be snippet cooking this week. Thank you, Nikisha, Queen Nikisha. Gemini said, Albert, you need a drink. Yeah, Gemini. I wow, wow. Well, now I definitely don't feel bad for Elena. You literally cheat on this dude, but that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh lordy, 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 that's a good one. All right. Karen's in the chat. Karen says, I like Spencer, but the beatdown was a long time coming. I hope it was a learning experience. Oh, Karen. Oh, Karen. How I enjoyed that scene. Yes. In some ways, I'm kind of a sadist. I think that Spencer is a privileged, entitled prick, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Don't get me wrong. Here's the thing. In my review, I gave him credit. Okay. He was smart enough to sit there and give Curtis the directions and lead it to a very good distraction. You know, when that guy started asking questions about Curtis, so I'll give him his credit. I'm giving him all his compliments because I thoroughly enjoyed that. Oof. Curry says, but I still want Elena to kick me. You know, when I first started watching The Young and the Restless, um, Victoria was pretty practically kicking Nick out the wedding. And I was like, yo, that's your brother right there. Like, what is wrong with you? What is like, yo, at the time I was like, yo, what is wrong with this chick? Gemini says every man that cheated on Victoria, she ran to Victor to cry. Victor would threaten to ruin their lives and run them out of town if he could. Oh wow, okay. Damn. What have I been missing? Big Nate's in the chat. What's good, Nate? How was the show today? Did you hear about the writer strike? Yep. Started today. Oh, wow. That sucks. That generally does suck. Okay. It's this let's just keep it real. It does suck. Here's my thing though. I still have a bunch of other shows that I gotta catch up to. So hopefully by the time I get around to everything, this writer strike thing will be resolved. Siri says today must been good on GH. I was out. Oh, it was good. I mean, it wasn't a good fan for people that like Spencer. It was a good time for me because I'm a dick. Shauna says, "Will Nate be a man?" He said he didn't want to hurt Lena like he did Devon. No, because this is the same dude that wants to sit there and betray his family for power. So, but he says, "I think it would be badass if Trina shot a guard." Here's the thing, Curtis was holding his own. All right, listen, I've been giving Curtis a lot of smoke, but he came in there like a badass. Okay, and I didn't even talk about that. Gemini says Spencer did good today. All children with Spencer and Harry act like that. Look at how Nina acts. Oh no, I get that, Gemini, but I'm gonna sit there and call him out every single chance I get because I can. Um, no, Ariane, I do want to watch that movie though. I do want to watch that movie. I gotta find time to watch that movie. Curry says, and Victoria is still an evil itch. I hope you haven't warmed up towards her. That will only lead to disappointment. Kyrie's, well, I think I got something else that will probably make you disappointed. So, um, yeah, I definitely have something else that's going to make you disappointed, Kyrie's. Gemini, Black Moon says, Victor, let Sally know the baby stays here, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh now, so I was like, wow, bro, you really, um, Joshua's Albert, what's your thoughts on Dax and Josh? They're both idiots. if they think they're gonna get out this alive. If they honestly think that they're just gonna ride off into the sunset with no consequences, repercussions whatsoever, they're both idiots. Trina said, just said Trina ran out there and said, "Leave me, leave him alone with no plan." Oh no, 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 no. Curtis had a plan. Dude was a badass. Listen, I will give Curtis his props. Ron says, Albert, good night. Oh, what's good, Ron? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Mel said it, and then I think Gramps TV said that also. So this is crazy. This is why I gotta do this full time. This is why I gotta do this full time. So if you're not a member, join and become a member. It doesn't just support me, but we really do have legit good conversations. Um, Gemini says, Albert, since you're in and why imagine not being paid enough to eat. Oh no, 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 no. I here's the thing, Gemini. I understand that. I understand that. I totally get why they're doing what they're doing. And I'm not his thing, Gemini. I'm not even saying that they're wrong. You know, Gary says, "What's going to disappoint me?" uh, oh, Carries. Mm, I'm gonna have to say it. I am. Nate said the last writer strike was 6 years ago and it lasted 100 days. Hopefully, it doesn't go that long. Yeah. Cavo, what's good, Cavo? How's the music going? How's life? How's life in the fast lane? Gemini says Michael Turner and Sonny will get the entire family killed. Yeah. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. You're 100% right about that, Gemini. Jesus Christ, you're right about that. Freddie says, poor Jordan, Laura, Anna, and the rest of the gang constantly leaving her out of things. Always lets us know. So much for being a commissioner's friend. You have a point. Freddie says, so Albert Jack will get Chill out of jail eventually, so happy about it. uh yeah, we don't have to we have to talk about that in my review. Now Ariana says I have other programs and quite to watch. Yeah, me too. Me too. So don't get me wrong, I don't like the writer strike because I love my shows, but I understand what they're doing. And again, I have other shows I'm still trying to catch up to. Like I already said, go ahead. My medication, extras. All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Nick says something that was very important, and I know, a lot of people don't like Nick, but when Nikki was like, maybe you should sit there and step back and let Adam and Sally work things out. Let them get a chance to get back together. Nick was like, if Sally wanted to get back together with Adam, she would do it. Sally is like a force of nature. She wants something, she's going to do it. Let's be very clear about something. Adam's heart was in the right place when it came towards him trying to save her job. He might have went about it in a way where it was kind of harsh and kind of cruel, cruel and everything, but his heart was in the right place. If you can't sit there and forgive him for him sitting there trying to do the right thing by you, and maybe Sally doesn't deserve Adam. You know, I know a lot of people want them back together, chemistry and everything like that. But Nick was like, if they deserve to be together, if they want to be together, they will. And if Sally really wants to think get back together without him, she would. So, in a lot of ways, I'm pretty sure Sally has been treated a lot worse than somebody who's legit is in love with them and is trying to save their job. That's all. Darby says, I just realized something. Laura is a mayor and the assistant mayor is dead. So, Sonny. Sonny's running the town. Let's be honest. Sonny is really always running the town. Nikita Tyler, Tyler Perry is probably a member of the Writers Guild too. Oh, the Writers Guild. I'm not gonna lie. Those are the people that you don't want to mess with because, like, I don't know. Well, I hope it works out. I hope it works out. I know there's a certain group that was going to strike. I know there was a certain group that was going to sit down and strike. I know there was a certain group that was going to sit there and quit, but or they wasn't. But it wasn't the writers. It was something else though, and this thing would have literally shut down. Now Dolly said, "Oh yeah, I did. I did." Mel actually, because she came in here and she was meant to telling about it. There's some other people too. Here's the thing, Dolly. I'm still in shock. I am still in shock. Nikki said the writers for films and TV should have to be a member of the guild. Oh, that's not good. In the end, I hope it really does work out. Um, I I understand where the writers are coming from, and hopefully they can sit there and make it happen. Because I do understand that from somebody who just works and things like that. I get that. Uh, Dolly says a little late, so I missed the early combo. Oh, don't worry. I'll sit there and say it again. Darby says, why doesn't Sonny just make it official and get elected as mayor? He was like, that's exactly what I thought. Was like, he's already running the town. But here's the thing though. Sometimes it's better to sit there and run from behind the scenes, you know? But yes, you are 100% right. Carrie says, that what you're particularly scared to tell me. I see your point on that, but Adam shouldn't have called her pathetic. That was mean. Issue is Nick owes Adam a soulette for saving faith. No, that's true. Well, here's the thing, Kyrie's. I know how you are about Adam, you know, and you know, trust me, Kyrie's. You're the last person I want to, I don't want to be on your bad side. Let's put it that way, Kyrie's. Not that I'm playing favorites or anything. Now, Dolly says it's horrible the way these big companies try to screw over creators. You know what? You are one. Dolly, trust me. I feel what you're saying in more ways than one. Being a YouTuber, trust me, I understand. Freddie says Michael really needs to drop this dumbass vendetta and just live. Yeah. Oh, you're right, Freddie, because it literally makes no sense. It literally doesn't. Ron says Albert Phoenix said that for many sweeps, everyone will find out about Nate and Victoria, and Victor will ask them. Oh, okay, nice. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying, here's the thing. I understand that that's bad, right? I'm not saying that's not bad, just not hurtful. Okay, sure, yeah. L to the S. I'm not saying that's not hurtful. I'm just saying try to understand where he's coming from. You know, he had to sit there and say something that was so bad and so hurtful to get you to, you know, keep your job. It's hurtful. Yes, it's 100% hurtful. But that's you have to understand something. When you love somebody and you say something like that, it doesn't just. I mean, granted, yeah, it hurts that person more, but it hurts the person that's actually saying it as well. You know. Mel says, "I'm back. Had to take care of a huge stove. I found out. Oh, I'm glad you did that." Harry says, "I think your example from my bedside. That's nothing you or Brock TV could ever say that would make me turn against you. Once I'm loyal, I'm loyal. Welcome to the." Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. I always appreciate you, man. Well, I do. Always appreciate you. Dolly says, I remember back in college, my dream was to be a comic writer. Marvel was taking submissions at the time, but the contract was so sketchy, I didn't send anything. Hmm. Here's the thing, Dolly. I guess you had to go with your gut. You had to go with your gut. Oh yeah, and I agree with that too. I agree with that. And, Mel, there's certain actors that you can't really replace them so easily. You know, Ron says so. Albert, when Sheila gets out of jail eventually, and she will, what will all the others do? The usual. Constantly talk about her, have her live in their heads rent free. The usual. Last day. What is good? Last day. Last day. I'm loving your channel. I'm loving what you're doing. And how are you doing today? Nikisha, I hate how Marvel did Stan Lee. He never got his royalties, and even now, Marvel can still use his face in future movies. Oh, damn. Damn. Uh, that sucks. That sucks. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, Marvel and Disney can do some very sketchy things, and hmm, I know I could sit there and say right off the bat that anything live Marvel action, anything live, I will sit there and support Marvel. Thank you, Carius. Yes, hit the like button. I have no idea where we are. Thank you, Carius. It really does help. We actually got a new person in there. We actually got a new person in here tonight. And that is literally because people hit the like button. All right, so 34. Okay, 33 people. We got 21 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does actually help. Um, no, it really does help. And thank you. Thank you, Kyrie, for saying that. Nikisa, I never forgive Marvel for turning Black Panther 2 into an Inferno. And Queen Nikisha, no, in all due respect, I'm gonna have to probably agree to disagree with you on that. Maybe because I enjoyed the movie a lot. Um, Moscato. Gotta go with Moscato. Last says, I'm good. My channel is going. I'm loving Spencer getting beat up. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I saw and thank you last day because I saw you in the chat and I was like, yes. But yeah, Dabbling, that's the wine for tonight. But yeah, last day I saw that and I was like, oh, that was definitely a long time coming. Shonda says, Talia do whatever Colin tells her. Just know Jada's on to her. I'm not gonna lie, Shauna. Talia has been a disappointment from day one, and her character is literally getting worser and worser and worser. In a lot of ways, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't do a review on that because I'm gonna try to do one tomorrow, but I'm letting people in the chat know that if I do a review on if I do a review on Days of Our Lives, I'm definitely going to light her ass up. Nikki said it was bad enough they killed Black Panther. They had to kill the Queen too. It was too much karma for profit for me. Okay, I respect that. I don't know. Like I said, I get where you're coming from. I personally loved it. But also, for me, when it comes to like live action, Marvel could just pretty much just kind of take my money at that point. I literally said after um the Winter Soldier, I was like, that's it. I was like, when it comes to its live action, Marvel can literally sit there and take my money. But I get where you're going from, Nikisha, to some extent. I guess I'm just very biased, so I can admit that I when it comes to us Marvel or just most properties, I can be very biased. Shauna says she kissed no, but she's not. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I. Freddie says Michael and Johnson better get ready for the fallout. Yeah, no, Christina. I mean, Johnson better get ready for that ass whooping. Dolly says that's that. Oh, you haven't watched it yet? Okay. ZK, have a good night, ZK. Thank you for joining. Hope you have a great night. China says is Black Lightning still on? No. Actually, I like. The funny thing is, China, I actually like that show. I think it was like my third favorite Arrow show. Showing the Arrow. Yeah. Uh, Nikisha, you think Sherry did what? Yeah, actually did. Because she wasn't. I was actually surprised she knew how to fight, but she also was smart. You know. And yeah, in the movie, I felt like they did kind of play down Black Panther's like smartness. Like he's pretty much like Batman. Like he knows science and stuff like that, and he's probably among like the smartest people in the Marvel universe. But in the movie, they pretty much kind of just handed that up to Shuri. But I do like Shuri though. Nikki said Black Lightning a couple years ago last. Yeah, you're kind of right, Nikisha. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that show, but things that they did in that show start to make little to no sense. And you know what the worst part about that was? How little they cared. The fight scene that they had towards the end had a stunt double in Black Lightning. And Black Lightning had like twist hair. The double just had a fro. And they were so lazy that you can literally tell when it was a stunt double versus the actual actor. So yeah. Um it could have been better, but I felt like they were pretty much kind of kicking that show to the curb, which is a shame because I really did love it. Krista says I don't think Tessa's needed. Mariah has much more potential as an independent character. But yeah, no, I did love Sherry. I love Ironheart. I'm not gonna sit there and spoil it for Dolly, but the scene that they had at the end, I was just like, it's like they just. Hmm. Shana says Josh not scared of Chrissy. I'm not feeling her since she told Sonny Carly wasn't coming. Stay in her lane. She can hold her own. Oh yeah, no, I agree with that, Shauna. Like I said, I may sit there and get on Josh about certain things. That chick does have hands. I will give her credit. Darby says a lot of Black Lightning, and the main villain was a real black. And yeah, exactly. Darby, it was Tobias. Well, I love that character. I did. That show was good. That show was good. And you can just tell that they gave no f's about that show. Like they stopped showing previews for the next episode. Who's that guy that had the venom? I can't remember his name. I think his name was Cleo, but drawing a blank. Freddie says, "Where the hell is Taggart?" Disbelief, because you're 100% right about that, Freddie. The fact that you got Curtis going on a James Bond mission to sit there and get Trina back, but this dude is nowhere to be found. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward towards him. I'm looking forward towards him coming in the show. Crystal says, found out today my mom's back watching Days of Lives again. Apparently, she was telling me all about it. Days WA was shown for. Oh, okay. But you don't watch it, okay? Um, it's actually a good show, Krista. Like, it's actually a really good show. Ariana says Josh is a sport brat. No smart mouth with Sonny there. She does have her bratty moments, and they are a lot, and they can get very annoying. You know, it's really sad though, Ariana. As bratty as annoying as Josh can be, Spencer is still 10 times worse, and that's saying something. Shana says exactly. Ever since Josh whooped Nell's ass, she was like, "Yeah." Like I said, I will give her her props. Oh, you don't have Peacock Krista. Yeah, no, like I said, I give her a props because I didn't see that coming. I was kind of like, well, and I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, I was so through with her, but then if she did that thing, I was like, wow. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of actually have to like you in this scene now. Jay Blue said Tiger wasn't even informed as far as we've seen. Now, Kyrie says just because Josh whooped Nas doesn't mean she can whoop the now is like the 90 pounds anyway. Come on, Kyrie. We gotta sit there and give Josh her props. Okay? You gotta give her her props. Yeah, no, like I said, I was kind of like, well, I gotta give it to her. I will give her her props. Here's the thing, you know how I am. I will roast them like there's no tomorrow. I give no F's. What's good, Miss G? Nikki said no, had also just gotten stabbed by Ryan. We ain't doing that. We gonna give Joss her props. Joss held her own, and to be honest, I thought she was just some rich, spoiled kid that couldn't really actually do anything. So she put up a good fight. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna be stubborn on this one. Tracy's in the chat. What's good, Tracy? Thank you for joining. And yeah, Spencer is nauseating, along with a bunch of other like names. I have no problem calling him. Now Mel says, Albert, what is Steph going to do now that Gabby is leaving? That's going to be really interesting. Now I'll tell you that much. Just as I don't see Josh and Christina fighting. I don't see them fighting at all. I mean, it won't even be fighting. It'll just more be like words or anything like that, you know? Ariana said Josh is to me as Spencer is to me, waiting for her ass beating, nothing to give her a Nina. Josh is to me as Spencer is to me. Freddie says Sonny Eddie as Epiphany nominated for Emmy this year. If she was still here, though, she would deserve so sad she's gone, but I don't think I've ever heard of her nominated for an Emmy until now. Yeah, they've been talking about that for a while. Right? Carrie says, I did give her props. I'm just saying now the only fight she was in after now has she given birth, so it's no. You know, it's funny, Kyrie, because I thought about that. I thought about that because I remember you said that last time. But when she gave birth, it was kind of a while. You know, it wasn't like she got birth and it was like a couple of days. It was. I specifically remember it being for a while. Darby says, "Where's the actress who played Shuri? What's the actress name who played what? Wait, what soap opera are you talking about? Are you talking about Oh, what's the actress name? Yeah, I don't really know. Miss G's in the chat was good. Miss G missed a live last night, but watched at 4 a.m. Well, thank you. Oh, is it Letitia? Okay, you know I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Just said nah, now might have been stabbed, but was still throwing hands. Give her her props. Exactly. See, Jesse, you know what I'm talking about. Ariana says, I meant as Spence is to you drinks, or I meant at Spencer is to you drinks are happening. But you know, here's the thing now. I will sit there and say this. We haven't seen Christina fight. So Darby says nobody really asked anymore. Curtis says Christina is Sonny's daughter, so I believe she probably has Sonny temper and boxing skills deep down. I love if she punched Johnson right in her reckless. Darby says, Albert, you were actually saying her. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I wasn't too sure. Well, thank you, Dolly, because you know how sometimes I'll sit there and really mess up on people's names. So thank you, Dolly. But I don't know. Like I said, I give Josh her props. I just, you know, her whole conversation with Dex just made her look really stupid because it's like you know that this guy's very complex. You know that he's in there trying to support your mom with Drew as far as the whole Nell thing, and yet you know that it's going to devastate your half sisters or Christina and Avery and Donna, and you're still telling him to go through with it, like you're still supporting that. On what level? Like Dolly says, I give you your props when you thank you, Dolly. I appreciate that. My God, I appreciate you. I have not told you that enough. I appreciate you. Thank you. I just I'm like you know the devastation and yet you're still going to sit there and be okay with it. It's like this whole super vendetta, even with Joss on some level, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because they've been, you know, if Joss was actually somewhat of a competent human being, she would realize that Sonny and Carly have been broken up and together from jump. You know, from jump. But yet she's taking this whole approach to taking pictures when Sonny's not there doing illegal activity, um, out in the open like an idiot, because that just made sense. She's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna sit there and make sure I call the cops, and you're gonna get arrested." Like, really? For what? Because he's not with your mom anymore? Like, it's so stupid. It is. One says Nick better be prepared to H. Nick who? Ron, which Nick? You talking about YNR? Jay Blue says, as Josh and Michael will tell you how they're planning on taking Sonny down and why they didn't go. None of that makes any sense. Excuse me. Jess says, yeah, I enjoy Dex and Josh, but they're so clueless about Sonny's situation. They are. They're very clueless. And just on top of that, those two idiots actually think they're just gonna ride off into the sunset. Like the dude's not just gonna sit there and just, decide to off Dex just because. Ron says Nick better be prepared to welcome Nate to the family. Jonathan is in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? Last day says Josh and Dex are both idiots for thinking Sonny is just going to be okay. Okay, they got me. I'm done. Dex, you're screwed. Josh needs to grow up. Well, here's the thing, last day. If Sonny finds a way to put two bullets in the back of that dude's head, she's going to grow up real fast. Like, really fast. Ariana says the same today. Doesn't make sense. Josh looks stupid. Josh looks stupid. She is stupid. And Dex is an idiot. Like, they are going to. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with that. Just completely acidine. Joshua says Michael actions already starting to bite him. Yeah, his wife was horrified by what he was doing. But this is one of those things where it's like the plot is definitely seeping in more than Victor does not give an F. I mean, Liesel sat there and looked at Victor like, yo, that's your son right there. And he was like, not anymore. Oh, damn. Okay, so we got 42 people in the chat. We got 26 likes. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. And if you're not a member, definitely think about joining. It's a lot of fun. As anybody that is a member here, and it will tell you um, just how fun our conversations are when it comes towards the membership. It doesn't just support your channel. We generally do have a good time. Spiderquake's in the chat. Spiderquake says now Nina's not to blame, not the only one to blame because Michael. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's true. Spiderquake. And how you doing tonight? Spiderquake says you could see Willow wasn't feeling good. Yeah, so they're both idiots. That's all. All that means is just that Michael and Nina are still dumbasses. Grim CV says you would think with Dex military experience you wouldn't be so green in the situation. Plot. Have a good night, Kyries. Always great to see you in the chat. You stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. Ron says I can't deal with Nicole, who is the baby daddy storyline with Eric and EJ Demera. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that Nicole couldn't get pregnant. So like they just forget about that? Just I don't get why Liz didn't just stab Victor in the neck. He was right there. Well, It's not like he would have actually made. It's not like she would have made it out. She probably wouldn't have really made it out anyway. But I mean, also, my dude give no apps about his own son. So Spike says Michael should have been paying attention to his wife instead of talking about Sonny, and it was completely upsetting her. Yeah, I agree. You are not telling a lie. Darby says if Sonny goes to jail, they would have Brick to deal with, and Brick not play around. Yeah, Brick would definitely sit there and take care of Dex. Somebody from that damn organization would. Ron says she had three miscarriages and had a difficulties carrying a child. Okay, so Ron, so it's not okay. So it's not okay. All right. So Dolly says actually Nicole can get pregnant. I think she just can't carry the term. Oh, okay. Oof. And Heaven just says that. Like Greg says, what do you think is worse than Nina passing out on Michael? Spider Quake? I think you already know his answer, but I'm gonna sit there and say it anyway. Nina. Because with Michael, it was jackassery, right? And yeah, he should have been paying attention to her and everything. What Nina was doing was just straight up selfish because she was literally sitting there badgering a pregnant woman. Michael was stressing her out, but this was not intentional. He wasn't yelling at her or anything like that. He just horrified her, as opposed to Nina just being a true 150% pain in the ass. Um, Arguing and yelling. So yeah, Nina is definitely 10 times worse. Johnson says Michael is making Sunny meeting sounds more sinister than it actually appeared. Well, yes, no, also. I mean, the dude is, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sonny's not doing anything like culture or anything like that. The dude is literally selling like weapons of mass destruction. So it's not exactly, you know. Oh, okay, Dolly. Okay. All right. Thank you. I didn't know that. But I heard, yeah, I didn't know that. Last day says Michael is acting a little like a little boy who's upset with his dad. Michael was just upset his wife who dying of cancer and not no worries about how this will affect her. I couldn't feel upset for him. Yeah, no, no, thank you, Dolly. Yeah, I didn't know that. Davlin says I was thinking the same thing about Tiger. Yeah, the dude is literally um nowhere to be found. Ariana says the only thing that organization don't lie because Ariana says the thing is the organization don't lie because the head is gone. Someone else will take over and revenge. Yeah, I agree with that. Jay Blue says Sonny is trafficking guys. Exactly. But you know, here's the thing that's really funny. Jay Blue, he was already trafficking guns. So my whole thing was like, oh, it's a bomb. Okay, it's like Jillian's in the chat was good. Jillian, Victoria's in the chat. How you doing, Victoria? See, hitting that like button really does help. I don't know where we are with the likes, but it really does help though. Johnson says Michael thinks he's keeping his family safe when he's actually doing the opposite by making everyone talk. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. It's completely and utterly well. I mean, at this point, we already know how it is. Um, and you're 100% right. Okay, so we got 30 likes. We got 43 people watching. If you're coming to the live stream, been watching it for a while, you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button. Because, I mean, Jillian, we got Jillian in here and some other people. Hmm. Johnson says Michael. Oh, never mind. I just read that. Ron says, I like Eric and Nicole together. I hope they will carry their child. Yeah, they probably will. Jillian said that Michael really think Willow could take the news lightly. Hope she convinces him to fight. Yeah, she will, from what I've heard. Jay Blue says the bomb is more deadly. It can take out more than the block. No, I mean, I get that, but I'm just like, bro, it's like you're already doing illegal activity, you know, and you're getting a ton of money. Just shut up and do it at this point. Like, seriously, you just shut up and do it. Because somebody else is going to do it. So just shut up and do it. Um, Victoria says Michael is the best example of drinking poison and hoping the other person. That is very true, Victoria. And thank you for joining us tonight. Johnson. Yeah. This I'm still just like I'm still in shock. Let's put it that way. Lisa's in the chat. Lisa says hit the like button already. Well, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That does actually really does help. That helps. Oh crap! I knew I had to. Okay, so I had to do my other video tonight. So yeah, I got to do the other video too. Also, I'll sit there and say in the live chat tonight. Um, sorry I didn't do my membership shout out. I hell of a long day. I'm gonna do it tonight before I go to bed. Um, but yeah, I didn't. I thought about it afterwards. Spike Quick says, do you think an important character is gonna die this month? Um, Not to sound more like a sadist, but hopefully so. Jillian says Michael isn't thinking about his siblings. He only think about what he wants. Yeah, and that's the thing, Jillian. Even even Willow was like, your family doesn't want to be divided. You can help that. It's like you hear logic, but it just gets thrown out the window by dumb BS. Yeah, I respect you. You know, Mel, I respect you for loving the whole Eric and Nicole thing. I came in late to the game, and my feelings about Eric and Nicole are just yeah. Mostly because they broke up, they got back together, they broke up, they got back together. I'm like, what are y'all doing? W says I thought Sonny is a criminal with trafficking guns, but trafficking bombs is terrorist territory and saying doesn't do anything that harms women and children. Yeah, but guns harm women and children also though. Johnson said, do you think we could get no, no. You know, and that's the thing, Jonathan. They didn't even recast Ali, so they damn sure are not going to recast Gabby. If they didn't recast Ali and Gabby's been on there longer, no, 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 no. Mel says I called it first on telling you about Gabby Ness. That is very true, Mel. That is very true. I actually found out from you first. Victoria says even Josh was having second thoughts. Yeah, that's very true. But then she went back to her whole you're doing the right thing, even though it's going to blow the family apart and devastate everyone. So, yes. Spike Quick says Josh definitely going to be pregnant. Hmm. I don't know how I'm going to take that. It's like maybe Sally being pregnant. You know, Sally was all this wild, this force of nature, and now they're maternalizing her. Jillian says, from what I read, next week Michael might finally be letting this go. Hope Dex doesn't try to turn in Sonny himself if Michael aborts. I don't think that's probably going to happen. I think somebody else is going to turn Sonny in. I think somebody else is going to turn him in. Shauna says, Willow is so sweet. Like Lila, Edwards was a handful. That's very true. But I feel like she's too sweet, though. Josh says, trust, true, but the fact that Gabby was on longer could prompt a recast. Plus, she isn't the first actress. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that. Seriously? I didn't know that. Uh, Freddie says the thing that gets on my nerves, Michael and Jocelyn act like they just knowing that Sonny is a criminal kingpin. Yeah, no, exactly. If that's the thing, Freddie. It's not about that. It's about their mom. That's the thing that's so stupid. Dolly says, are they having Talia and Sloan Lane brother perform their scenes in these underwear today to distract us from how unlikable they are being? Yes, yes, 100%. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, at this point, Dolly, uh, I'm so over Talia. I just I didn't care about her when she first came in, and actually, tell you the truth, her my opinion of her is actually worse, if that's even possible. China says a bomb 10 times worse than guns. Didn't he hate Alcazar because he was non-steroid? No, I mean I get that. Yeah. Well, also Shauna, I think it was more because he was reckless. Like like Alcazar shot up Kelly's, and Sonny was like, your son actually goes there, right? So it was a little bit more than that. But yeah, I get it. I'm like guns, bombs. I mean, yeah, I know bombs are worse, but I'm like, just do it. Let's just do it. The money's there. Just do it. You are a criminal. Let's not sit here and try to act like you are. I don't know. Trust me, I know what I'm sitting there saying is very bad. Um, Jillian says, I'm so tired of seeing Josh and Dex being in bed every scene. I was going to sit there and say, here's the thing, even before I looked at Jess, I already knew that Jess was going to sit there and say she likes those scenes. I didn't even actually have to look at that. Aaron said, wasn't Josh going to be changed to, Aaron says, wasn't Josh going to change to pre-med? Take a moment to accomplish that is in real time soaps like well, here's the thing, Ariana. They done that on Days of Our Lives for Trip Johnson. Like my dude was practically a doctor in a week. Okay, in a month. Miss Key says, what do you think about Britt comment to Dex regarding trust? It was I feel like it's going to come back. I feel like that's some sort of like warning that maybe Brick is going to do something. I do. Freddie says Carly is over it. Even Carly told Michael to let it. Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. Yes. No, but like I said, just that's I was like. I mean, that's the thing that I really like love. Like the minute that person said it, I was like, I was waiting for Jess' comment. So it's true, Grams. I was like, I already know. Um, Nobody says I bet there are going to be a lot of scenes with Tackett complaining why nobody. Yeah, exactly, Darwin. We're all going to be sitting there rolling our eyes. We're all going to be rolling our eyes like, okay, all right, Tagger. I'm sorry, Dollar Tree Tagger. Billy says, huh? Trip got that med. Yeah, exactly. My dude was my dude was on that fast track like a month. Darby says, I bet they're going to be a scene with the. Oh, why do I keep going back to that? Ariana says, I agree, Albert. I think Brick is always looking over Sonny's shoulder and he will figure out that. Yeah, exactly. I was like, it was a message. It wasn't just a throwaway line. Like it was a legit message. For real, Darby. Spike Quick says, you surprised you didn't go off. Oh, Spike Quick said, you surprised you didn't go off. Oh, you're surprised I didn't go off of Michael today. I think at this point, it's so tiring. Well, I mean, Spike Quick, why are you surprised I didn't go off on him? Is it because I went after Nina a lot more? So he says homeboy told Kaylee he wanted to go to med school and was wearing that neck coat button. Yeah, they just shot him up really fast. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with um, yeah. Victoria says Valentine faced when he realized the moment his dad would really poison was so sad. Great acting. It was one of those things where it's like, see, for a lot of people, people didn't. Here's the thing: for a while, a lot of people didn't take him seriously. They didn't take Victor seriously, and then Victor, killed Eileen. I'm sorry, killed Hot Eileen. Like now, you know what I'm saying? Like Victor is somebody you don't want to mess with, and I'm loving that. I am straight up loving that. Jalen says I could. Jalen says I used to really like Michael, but I haven't liked him since he started this whole vendetta against Sonny. Yeah, because it literally makes no sense. And I'll sit there and say this. I'll say this again, Jillian. There's a show called State of Mind, and even Maurice Bernard, when he was talking to the actress that played his sister Courtney, was laughing at that scene because he was like, he was laughing and she was like, well, it's funny. He was like, on the show, whatever, he's like, well, I killed his dad, but he forgave me for that. I killed his dad. I killed his dad. He forgave me for that. But now that I cheated on his mom, now it's war. And I'm like, if the actor is sitting there laughing at that scene, you know that's a problem. Mel says, I have a yeah, it's so stupid. It's like, I mean, I'm kind of tipsy, so I need to really watch what I say, but I just feel like it's so degrading, you know, in some sense. Darby says, when I first started watching Days, Kayla was a nurse, and when I came years later, not only, yeah, they just love to sit there and shoot them up as fast as hell. You are 100% right, Darby. Johnson says, I'm kind of over the whole revenge plot, Paulina and Chanel's story. I am too, Jonathan, because when they start saying, well, we all know it was Sloane Peterson, it's definitely Sloane Peterson. And I was just like, I am so glad I'm not actually reviewing this today. But that wasn't even the reason why. It was more the Talia crap. That's literally what it is. Of course, I do like Xander and Chloe scene. Shauna says, why Xander think he can whoop everyone? Well, back then there was a time where he was a villain, and he was pretty much kind of hanging out with Orpheus and Ben's dad, and the dude is kind of muscular. So Dolly says, "What do you think is faster, becoming a doctor, lawyer on a soap, or ordering pizza?" Or well, ordering pizza, number one, but definitely becoming a doctor. You say you don't think you do think it is, or you don't think it is? Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Yes, Clyde Weston. Shauna says Nina hurt Sonny's family enough, and she will hurt them. Well, yeah, Nina's trash. That's not even a criticism. I'm just saying Nina is straight up trash. Gramsci said that's the part that gets me. I watched that episode. If the actor thinks it's ridiculous, how do you think? Yes, yes. Thank you, being praise. Quite quick says after what Michael did, Nina better give Michael all the smoke like they gave her. Hmm. I wouldn't sit there and say all the smoke, but definitely said boys love their mother more than their fathers, in my opinion. Hush. Devlin says boys. Oh, just as a doctor for sure. Look at TJ and how Willow became a nurse so quick. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I love how Jillian said heard that Nicole is going to wind up pregnant. If Eric is the father, it will be something if Sloan becomes pregnant too. Oh, Jillian, I would actually love that story. Gemini says some boys love their mothers more. Yeah, that's true to some extent. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Gemini. Jonathan says Michael wanted revenge against Sonny is really infuriating considering he just got his back. Yeah, you're right, Jonathan. It's so acidine for so many in so many different ways. Nina's gonna try to yeah. Spikeray says Michael's still blaming Ned when it's pretty obvious that Nina did it. Yeah, that's very true, Spikeray. He's gonna owe what you call a huge apology. Shona says I want Ava and Nina to get their just desserts. Jay Blue says Willow will still train to be a nurse. I just know they shoot these people up fast because it's about the plot at this point, and I feel like I need another. Hmm, hmm. You have a point, Spider Quake. I didn't. Hmm. I didn't understand why she thought that low of her father. Darby says now Gary is yes. It's so sad what they're doing to Talia. Because usually the characters that they putting in so far I like. How and I okay, here's another thing. I'm not Chanel's biggest fan, but hearing Colin call her the B word and a slut and everything like that, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually kind of getting me like genuinely pissed off. I'm like, bro, I don't even like Chanel like that, but whew. I was like, bro, you really are a piece of work. Like he just seems like he just has a very punchable face. Jesus Christ. So he says it would be nice. It would be a wild twist if Sloan somehow ended up with Nicole's baby. That would be crazy karma for Nicole. Well, Nicole loves switching babies. Gemini says wait, remember? No, Gemini says wait. Now remember, Ava killed someone, and Sunny is the reason she's not in jail. Johnson says, or maybe Sloan will try to get with EJ. They need to do something with EJ as far as the romance, as far as the romance. Spikewick says if it wasn't Nina who made the call and someone else did it first, who do you think it would be? Good question. Oh, Kristen says Tracy. Tracy. Gemini says a commercial just played in the middle. Oh, I'm sorry. Gemini. I'm sorry, Gemini. Also, thank you for still being here due to commercial. Shauna says, Albert, do you think Sonny will react to Nina telling on Carly and Drew she been lying to his face? Now, Shauna says, how do you think Sonny will react to Nina telling, or he's going to be pissed. But you know the thing that's really crazy, Shauna? If this was back in the early 2000s, he would have called her every name in the book. Now, I feel like this show is a little bit more PC, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate. Sonny says something that I felt to this day crossed the line. Now, Josh says if Colin has a punchable face, Johnny will happily beat him. I like Johnny. Sonny says something that was so bad. Oh, I'm gonna get to that comment next. He says something that was so bad to Claudia, saying that he was happy that their baby died. Now, granted, I love the fact that they went to the extreme, but it was a very horrid thing to say. So if Sonny finds out about just what did he say, Claudia? Oh yeah, Jess, yeah. He literally said that I'm glad that our child died, and I was like, whoa. And granted, back then, when I sit there and say I was a huge Sonny fan, even I had to sit there and look at that like, bruh, wow. But everything is PC now. Everything is PC now. So that confrontation of Nina and Willow, trash, trash. Spikewick says, I know you hate Spence, but why do you want him to get beat up that bad? Let me answer that question. Hold on. I want to give that question a proper response. This calls for another drink. Spikewick says, I know you hate Spencer, but why you want him to get beat up that bad? Because he is a spoiled, rich, entitled prick. He had the audacity to sit there and hit Dex because he knew that Dex wouldn't sit there and fight back. He talked down to him like there was no tomorrow because he had more money than him. So when I sit there and say that I thoroughly enjoyed watching the aftermath of Spencer get the living ish kicked out of him, it's an understatement. He deserved it and then some. And that was literally the highlight of the episode. So happy. Have a good night, Dolly. Thank you for joining. It is always a pleasure to sit there and see you in the chat. Yeah, Jess, he deserved it. He did have the beatdown come. Oh, Jesus Christ, Victoria. He had that ass whooping coming in, then some. Freddie says, well, there was so much. Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. It's always great to see you in the chat. Hope I get to see you tomorrow. Why did I enjoy it? Oh, Spiderquake. Some people were sitting there asking me in the chat, like some people were sitting there saying, like, wow, you really enjoyed that scene. I was like, you don't know. I was like, clearly you don't know who I am. Johnson says you don't pull punches. You like seeing them. You're damn right, Jonathan. Especially when it's on that privileged prick Spencer Cassidy. Spike Craig said he should get beat up even more. Yeah, I'm with it. I mean, Spider Quake, you gotta sit there and remember. Did you not see how much I enjoy saying that sentence? I'm literally gotta sit there and go back to answering some people's questions because somebody was like, "Wow, you really enjoy those people beating up Spencer?" I was like, "You must be new to my channel. You must be new to my channel." Johnson says, "But not to the death." No, no, of course not, Jonathan. I want him to suffer. I don't want him dead. And besides, Jonathan, his contract won't allow it. But no, I don't want the dude dead. Besides, if he's dead, then I can't enjoy it. I mean, come on, Jonathan. If I can't enjoy it, then it's just kind of pointless at that point. I know that you wanted him to get beat up. He deserved it, and I was just asking why. Like I guess you were half as yes, yes, I was. Yes, I was. Have a good night, Jay Blue. Thank you for joining. Johnson says, I like to see someone beat up Michael. Yeah. I was like, damn, Jonathan. Jonathan, I was like, okay, I could be a sadist, but I'm not like a heartless monster. I'm not a heartless monster, right, Jonathan? Ariana says, you enjoy Spencer beating out like I enjoy Nina Fallout. Don't misunderstand me. I think Spencer had it coming, as does Nina. Okay, good. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Good, I enjoyed that, Ariana. Right quick says Sonny should beat up Michael. Yeah, I'm all for it. Okay, good, Jonathan. Because I was, yeah, no, I don't want to, you know. Spike Quick says to be fair, he died only. Spike Quick said to be fair, if he died, only 3 people would care. I feel like more people in the chat would care. I mean, hell, even I would care. I would care. I'm like, I'm a sadist. I'm not a monster. Jillian says, I think this week of GH has been good so far. Yes, I agree with that, Jillian. From even the Monday episode was really good. If Monday episode was really good, Janet says, great scene. I'm with you, Albert. Yes, I appreciate that, Janet. DC's in the chat. What's good, DC? Let's everyone say what's up to DC. DC says, I'm seriously wondering at times if Albert has trouble sleeping since he eats Spicy noodles so close to bedtime. Hmm. I don't know. That's a good questions, DC. DC, I was I was wondering where you were Sunday. I was wondering where you were Sunday because like I want to sit there and talk about some stuff, DC. I want to talk about some stuff. We had on the we got some more time. We got some more time. I'm gonna have to sit there and fill up this cup a little bit more. I'm gonna use the gentleman's room. Thank you, Jonathan. Janet said, DC says talk about some stuff Sunday. What do you mean? DC, I was talking about more of your announcement. Well, the post that you put. Did anyone sit there and do it in front of everyone? But I mean, maybe we kind of could talk about it or not. I don't know. Um, you know what it is, Victoria? When it comes to Scotty, when it comes to Scotty, he reminds me of my dad so much. I don't know why, but he reminds me of my dad. Yes, Jonathan, thank you. Yes, back to the show. DC says, "Oh, announcement. Yeah, I'll be doing it later in the week in the video." Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Krista says, "What if there is another SEC informer prior to Nina's tip that will explain the SEC's switch sort of action? Nina and others won't realize it and suspect Nina." A lot of people. Here's the thing, Krista. I feel like a lot of people are saying that. You're not the only person. I feel like. Hmm, I don't know if that's an out for Nina, but you know what? Here's the thing. If it does happen, I'll be surprised. DC says now, see, Sonny reminds me of my dad. Legit him. And Michael reminds me of me and my dad, no lie. Hmm. I'm actually kind of sorry to hear that. Yeah, exactly. I'm saying the same thing, Jess. Now, granted, I could be wrong. I don't understand why they're trying to put somebody else in that whole boat. But DC says, so you wanted me to come on your live Sunday to talk about it or something, or to reach out to you behind the scenes to talk about it. I don't know. Honestly, tell you, DC, this is your journey, and also I feel like just doing the video, whatever. I feel like, hmm, yeah, No, I don't know. That's a really good question. I really have to think about that. You know what, DC? I'm with it because I think we actually have a really good conversation about it. So yes, DC. Yes. Sorry, it took me a minute to sit there and kind of catch up. The wine is starting to sit there and really flow in my head. But yes, I think that'd be a good idea. It'd be an exclusive. Hmm. Justin said, "Did you hear about the writers?" Yeah, we did. And it's funny, Jonathan. We were talking about that for the first hour. We were talking about that for the first hour. Yeah. Aaron says, "I think to dive the storyline, I think to drive the storyline, it has to be Nina." Yeah, I'm hoping so. Johnson says he. Oh yeah, yeah. DC says, "Wait, Convo as known alive. I wouldn't mind that." Yeah, no, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool. DC. I think it'd be good because it's. Here's the thing, DC. It's more than just a simple announcement. It's more than just a simple announcement because this is. I feel like it could be like a really good deep conversation. I really do. Spike Quick says, "I don't know what faster the pathogen. Are you getting drunk?" Well, that's actually a good question. I was like, that's a good question, Spike. That's a good question, Spike Quick. I was gonna sit there and say the pathogen, but I was like, wow. Johnson says, hopefully it doesn't go on for too long or the soap could end up in the reruns again. Mm, man, I'm not gonna lie, those people are gonna have to sit there and work behind the scenes so fast to actually get this thing taken care of. And the fact that it got to this point where they're getting so screwed over, they're working hard, they can't pay their rent. You want these stories done on time, but these people gotta sit there and work second jobs just to pay their rent. Hmm. Uh, Gemini says, remember Martin said that he has a friend on the inside and his SEC moved quickly. It was Nina. Yeah, that's what I don't understand what people are getting this whole somebody else. It could be Tracy somehow. And I'm like, just does have a point. I don't understand how it could be that. Shana says, how long will someone put those pieces together? And Nina, about Nina. Hopefully, oh, seriously? Oh, Victoria says, I hope the writer's strike can be resolved quickly because chat and out writing is slowly creeping all sections. Ariana says you're getting tipsy. Yeah, it definitely did hit me a little bit fast. Well, of course it hit me fast. I'm a lightweight. DC says, so alive on Part Enterprise, perhaps maybe I could do a video on my channel and we could do a double follow up on live Esquire. Yes. But here's the thing, DC. Yes, on one note, it can be very funny and entertaining. It can be very funny and entertaining. And here's the thing, DC. You know how we sit there and we go back and forth. So we're gonna make it entertaining. Um, in some ways, DC, the conversation that me, you, and Brock had was really interesting. It was really interesting. And I feel like sometimes those conversations when it comes to us creators, don't happen enough. I know I just missed somebody else. I just missed Spiderquake. Yeah, Spiderquake, that's the thing. That's one of the things we were talking about. Um, After the live stream ended, was that? It's actually funny that you bring that up, Spiderquake. And Johnson says the writer strike could create more of a problem for the remaining CW network shows. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, but it's one of those things, Jonathan, that I'm just like, I'm so clocked out. Like I look at the CW shows and I'm just like, listen, after Riverdale and Superman Lois and The Flash, I am done. I am done with the CW. Let's put it this way. The only way that I would ever consider watching anything new on the CW if they did something else with the Vampire Diaries. That is literally if they made another show, like another spin-off show, that's the only way that I would ever give them another chance as far as me rocking with them. Everyone says Maurice Bernard is shooting a movie now, so it will be interesting to see how the storyline plays out. Yeah, it would. Gemini said Tracy does not care about Carly that much to turn her in. Yeah, that's that goes. Well, here's another thing, Gemini. If Tracy wanted to do something, he would have. I mean, she would have. DC said, yeah, I felt that convo we all had should have been on a live, and I feel that announcement and discussion behind it could have been very great for the subscribers to see it. It's like breaking the fourth wall. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Now, Johnson says Sci-Fi has been putting on some good shows lately. Jonathan, isn't there a show about these people being caught up in space? I don't remember what the show is called, but it looks like it's interesting. But here's the thing, Jonathan. The last show that I watched, like religiously, was Being Human. That was the last show that I watched on this. Like, it was being Jonathan. Jesus Christ, what would I do without you? Slight Quick says Nina back on tomorrow. I hope she's not delusional. uh, I hope she's not delusional. Here's the thing, Spotty Quake. What you should be saying is, you hope she's not that delusional. DC says plus I never really. DC says plus I never been really personal with my subscribers. Sometimes I feel I'm too reserved, so it could be cool to have that opening honest convo. Yes. Yeah. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I feel like it's gonna be somewhat therapeutic, you know, because you know how we do during our live streams, during our members' live stream. It's no host bar at that point, you know. It's literally no host bar at that point. It's gonna be a good combo. Krista says, didn't anyone see G's set design behind the scenes video of how they create the? No, I want to see that. Uh, oh, okay. So it's like the 100. Jonathan, I think you've been in a life. Well, I think I've probably talked about how much I love the 100. The 100. I love that show, the 100. And somebody in the chat, I'm not going to sit there and say who, because I feel like I'll be talking about them or whatever. But somebody in the chat, I don't know if this person's still here, their favorite character was Octavia. That was one hell of a show. Also, an iZombie. I just want to throw that out there. I love that show, iZombie. Whoever that chick's name was, yo, she was able to act her ass off. Ariana says if Nina is grieving, she's still. Yeah, exactly, Ariana. But that's why I said it depends on the level, you know? Spike Quick says Scott messed up the mission and someone died because of him. Now, Spiderquake, what if it's Liesel? What if well, I guess it can't be Liesel. DC says the announcement would be giving us guiding like 2009. You're actually right about that. XX was good. What is good? Ariana says the 100 was good. Yes. See, this is why I rock with certain people. I mean, well, I rock with everyone, but not to sit there and cause any friction, um, or having favorites or whatever. But now Jess said definitely. Jess, you watched 100 also? Jess, tell me you watched 100. Johnson says the actress from iZombie is now starring. Oh, in the sitcom Ghost. Oh, okay. I used to love that chick, Jonathan. I don't want to watch that show. I don't want to watch that show, but I really love that chick though. Jimmy says, "What is the announcement we want to?" I don't know, Jimmy. Trust me, you're going to know. XX says, "Was the soaps good today?" Um, yeah, except for B&B. B&B was the only one that was just like, eh. Everything else was good though. Spike Quick says if she dies or got trapped in Greenland, Nina, Sonny, Michael, and the whole family will go after him. DC says, wait, you're under the gunlight reference I made. Yeah, DC, yeah, yeah. Uh, just that I've seen it, but never really finished it. Oh, here's the thing, Jess. As long as you've seen it, like I said, I can rock with you, Jess. I can rock with you. Uh, and Jonathan says she used to also be a Power Ranger. Jonathan, I need you to tell me which Power Ranger series she used to be in. Where the hell's my damn pen at? I need you to tell me. I need you to tell me which Power Ranger series she was in. Krista said GH was good today. It actually was. Now, Cherie, Jules says, or Jay, Spencer was being a badass today. Oh yeah, he was being a total badass today. I haven't laughed in a really long time. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Where are we at on the battery? Thank you, Jonathan. Where the hell's my damn? Oh, actually, here's the thing, Jonathan. I can actually remember RPM because RPM was kind of dark. Um, yeah, I can remember RPM. But Krista gives a thumbs up. Yeah, here's the thing. I didn't watch RPM. I stopped at well, I stopped at SPD, but I did watch Ninja Storm now. Did watch Ninja Storm and SPD. No, I stopped at Mystic Force. I think I watched like a little bit of it, and I was just like, yeah, this show isn't for me. Darby says it's Sammy the MC on Ghost. Johnson says the RPM Red Ranger was the originals. I'm not. What do you mean about that? Jonathan was the originals. Spikequake says, "Are you going to stream for another hour?" Probably not for another hour because I got like 36 minutes on my 36% on my laptop. But I did sit there and say I was going to call someone tonight, so I'm probably going to wind up doing that. I don't know. I don't know. I think I may sit there and wind up doing that, and then I don't know. Now Johnson says the originals on the CW. Okay. I just not got that. Okay, all right. I kind of do. I kind of do Spider-Quake though. Thank you, Jonathan. I heard that show was good. You know, it's really funny, Jonathan. I mean, granted, I don't know if you actually watched the show, the originals, but the Red Ranger from at least one of those shows was on the originals. Everybody says, "What's the difference between Power Rangers Turbo and Power Rangers RPM?" Darby, Power Rangers RPM was dark. It kind of has some dark stuff in there, like dead ass serious. XX says, I still watch kind of, but I watch the Japanese regular. I don't blame you, XX. Here's the thing, X. I saw a little bit of the Japanese version, and they don't play. There's this one scene that this Power Ranger literally grabs one of these foot soldiers by the family jewels. And I watched that so many times because I'm just like, what? Quick says, wait, didn't you say back then, Claudia, baby, with Sonny died? Yeah, yeah, I did, Spike Quick. What I said was, Sonny says something that was so horrible. They, he literally said that he was glad that their child died. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I love dark. There's dark, and then there's whatever the hell that was. Access is a Japanese show for RPM was a comedy, and American got the footage and made it dark. Oh, okay. Like Ray says, maybe because Dex parents are Claudia. I don't know. Have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a great night. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Access says, I know what scene you're talking. I'm not gonna lie, I saw that and I was like, oh, y'all bugging. I was like, y'all are straight up bugging. Oh God, I feel like my vision is blurring. Access. Okay, never mind. Johnson says the villain on RPM played Derek's sister. You know, Johnson, I actually know exactly who you're talking about. That's the crazy. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Spike Quick says, "How did the baby die?" I think it was a miscarriage. It was a miscarriage. And granted, that's it's a very heartbreaking thing to happen to anyone. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. The reason why I'm sitting there saying that was because back in the early 2000s, late 90s, saying things like that was allowed. Cat fights, whatever you want to call them, which I don't like the name cat fights, that stuff was allowed. Um, Now everything is very PC. It's very, very, very PC, which is why you didn't get a fight between Nina and Carly. Dave, I'm doing pretty well. I think I may actually be drunk at this point. How you doing tonight? I don't see it by quick. I don't see it. Just that I think it was a car accident Christina caused. I wasn't watching that. Oh, okay. You might be right. You might be right, Jess. I just think the point of what he said was just. You ever just have one of those? You just have one of those moments when somebody just says something or just does something. You're just like, that just went too far. Even in the form or the vein of entertainment. Like that was one of those things where it's like, bro, I rock with you, but that was wrong for so many reasons. Exit says was she was once upon a time last season, and she posted a video today crying because people think she's rich when she doesn't really make money acting. Yeah. Um, yeah, and that's the thing, Exit. People sit there and think just because you're an actor, that you make a boatload of money and you don't. Spike Quick said Christina looked good. How old is she? I have no idea. Just yeah, it was. It was. Listen, all jokes aside, there's certain things that I wouldn't sit there and there are certain things that I can be mad at someone. I can literally sit there and rip them to shreds. There are certain things that even I wouldn't cross the line. And I think at this point everyone knows I can be a dick, but like they said forgive me for swearing, but when the hell oh, Dave, hopefully, I feel like it's going to end in the next couple weeks. Polka Dots is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Polka Dots. Polka Dots, I cannot be more happier that you are in this chat. How have you been, my friend? Polka Dots, I still to this day still listen to that song, to that beat that you made, the song that you made. Johnson says in the year 2000, Power Rangers aired on a block called JetX, which aired on Disney now. Oh yeah, Jonathan, I do remember JetX. Yeah, let's everyone say what's up to Polka Dots. XX says I think I'm in a minority, but I actually like Nate Victoria. Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, XX. Um, I think this whole hashtag Elena could do better is like, nah. I mean, yes, she could do better, but she also cheated on Nate, and I didn't know that. Which, thank you, Chad, because I'm going to fry her ass so, 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 so much. Fun times. All right. I don't know where the hell I'm actually. Solomon's back, everyone. Now, okay. Oh, polka dots. What's the topic? I mean, the topic is usually soaps, but this is more of the Young and the Restless. So if you watch the Young and the Restless, the question tonight is Mariah and Tess needed on the Young and the Restless. Now, I said no because they don't show them. They're an LGBT couple, and the network seems like they don't give a damn about them. They care about them as far as you know, clearing a check mark off, but it's funny. I mean, polka dots is a thing. In our chats, it's usually about the soaps until it's not. Um, until it's like literally after like 2 hours, and then we just kind of just meander off to like whatever the hell is that we're talking about. XX. Oh, never mind. Johnson says, I remember when the actress who played Elena played. Yes, Jonathan. And that's the thing. They just, Jonathan, 1 minute she wasn't on, and then they had her played by a different actress, and then they just stopped talking about her. They legit just stopped talking about her. XX says, I feel bad for her, but she is so boring. It's hard for me to care what she would have stayed on GH. XX, I wish that GH would have appreciated her. X Polka says they're lightweight, boring. The writers, their storylines, and all that. Okay, Polka Dots. So I rock with you, Polka Dots. And also, Polka Dot says Elena might as well go back to GH. I hmm. I can't wait till I start watching some more episodes so I can talk to people about you. Graham Stevens says they are needed, but just not utilized. Yeah, I agree with that. I think you are right about that, Graham Stevens, because I know there's a lot of people that do like that fan base. And as much as I'm not really a huge fan of, like, let's say Spencer and Trina, I know a lot of people like them, and they are doing something. Thing is, they're doing something. Johnson says, will Sonny and Paul have more material on days? Will Sonny and Paul have material on days? I know Paul is actually getting more material. I don't know what the hell they were doing with Sonny. Victoria says Valerie and Christina would have been when I possibly turned into Mariah and Tess situation. It's really sad, Valerie. Christina is still pretty much kind of turned into a Tess situation. We barely see that chick. And that's the thing, Polka Dots. We still barely see her. Polka Dot says that was a better storyline with her and Christina. She struggled with her sexuality. Yeah, I would have enjoyed that stuff. But, the writers felt something different. Shauna says, I didn't feel bad for Claudia. She's the reason Michael got shot, trying to put a hit on Sonny. Then they went to the hotel and gave Carly a ride to the hospital, but Sonny saved Kate instead of Michael. Well, here's the thing, Shauna. He did save Kate instead of Michael, but Kate was closer to Sonny than Michael was. And yeah, Michael got shot, and that's bad and that's sad. But I can't even begin to describe the feeling of having a miscarriage because, one, I'm not a woman, and two, it's just terrible. And as much as Sonny did not like, as much as Sonny hated Claudia for what she did. There's certain lines you don't cross. And that was definitely a line that was just like you bro, you went too far. Johnson says not a question. I was mentioning that well. Oh, okay. Sonny and Paul have okay. Shauna says Sonny chose woman over everything. Anita is in the chat. What's good, Anita? Also, I gotta sit there and give credit for Jonathan because he did. He did sit there and say your name a couple of times, so I did remember. I did remember how to say it. What's good, Anita? Graham Hughes, you said Mariah and Tessa was supposed to be the YNR with Blake and Renee from one children. Is so much they could have done, but they focused on Phyllis and Diane. Yeah, they did. Um, Polka Dot says Claudia was my girl, great acting. Yeah, no, here's the thing. She definitely killed it. She did. She killed it. She did. It's, hmm, I don't know. I did like her as Claudia, though. I'll say that much. That chick was hot. No, it's, listen, I gotta give credit where credit's due, and that credit definitely is to Jonathan. Now, as much as I would love to sit there and stay and continue doing this, I should probably hit the bed. I should probably hit the bed. I gotta make a call, and then I gotta sit there and probably go to sleep. But I will be back on tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And well, I still got some more wine. So I'm definitely gonna be sitting there cooking. So people, it's definitely not gonna be a night to be caught up in your feelings because yeah, listen, when I go after a character, it ain't personal towards the person I'm offended. Hmm. I want to thank everyone for making this Hell Tuesday so much better. Because Johnson says, join us tomorrow for another edition of So Chat with Apple Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan, my rock star. What would I do without you? Victoria says, have a good night, Victoria. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Anita. Thank you for joining. Polka Dot says, love you guys. They're all love. There's all love coming from Polka Dot's head. Polka Dots, you're amazing. You are a talented beat maker, and you're just an amazing person in general. So thank you for always joining. You're amazing. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Valerie. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Jess. Jess, when I get through with watching you, me and you, we're gonna have a talk. We have a talk about that show. Have a good night, Dave. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Grams TV. It's a pleasure as always. Have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Keisha. Seriously. Have a good night, Keisha. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, GC. Have a good night, Ron. Have a good night, Dolly. Have a good night, Polka Dots. Have a good night, Janet. Oh, Jess, honestly, tell you the truth, I feel, yeah, I'm going fast. I'm going fast for you. Because I definitely want to sit there and we definitely want to compare notes. So, but honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. The minute I was sitting there watching you, I was like, yeah, I definitely gotta sit there and be talking to my girl Jess. Um, Shauna says, why do they write Elena hire or work all the time? Oh, Shauna, we're gonna get into that tomorrow because it's kind of a good question. All right, everyone. I love everyone in the chat. Join, become a member. Me and DC, we're gonna have a really good special live members only. We're gonna talk about his announcement. We're gonna talk about our journey. It's gonna be somewhat soul searching, therapeutic, and God, I hope I actually have enough of this for that conversation. There's gonna be one for the record books. Have a good night, my friend Blackmon. Thank you for joining us always. You people are amazing. I don't like to sit there and say guys because I feel like that's just, well, yeah, I know how I feel about that. But everyone in chat, I appreciate everyone. I'm not going to get emotional because I've had too much wine, too much to drink. But you know who you are. And I do deeply, deeply thank everyone. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe. Look forward to seeing each and every single one of y'all back. And if you're not a member, because I got to start pushing this a little bit more, become a member. Oh man, I can't wait to my member shout outs. This is gonna be great. Laters.